started trying to run Mongoose Traveler 2nd Edition. This is way back when the core rulebook was actually in playtesting. And, you know, I was young and poor. And so all I could afford to get at the time were PDFs. And I ran into this, and I know it must just be me. It's a psychological thing, I'm sure. But I found it very strange from a DM's perspective trying to run a game with PDFs. And I don't know, I can't put my finger on what it is, but there's a disconnection. There's something that's not gelling right with me when I try to run something strictly from PDFs. So I have to have a physical book. I can't really effectively do it any other way.
Yeah, me too.
Can understand that.
You have to have the feedback of the page, like you mentally know, like kind of where a thing is.
Well, right.
Just like scrolling is not the same. It just, yeah.
Well, and Jeff from our Saturday game always gives me shit about, oh, print is dead, and he's got all of his books through D&D Beyond, and I'm like, okay, but what happens when inevitably, because this has happened with every digital format that WotC's ever used, what happens when D&D Beyond goes tits up? All those books are gone.
Wizards of the Coast bought them.
Yeah, I know they did. But
okay.
if you like me, if you have been a part of all of their digital products since going back to 3rd edition, every single one that WotC touches fails. It falls apart. So, you know, knock on wood, I don't want 6th edition to come out. But let's say 6th edition is going to come out, you know, that's usually when the shit's going to hit the fan and everything's going to go underwater. Like I said, I mean, if you've got a library like I do, let's say that my physical library was all digital, it would be all gone. Everything would vanish.
You know, I bought the Legendary bundle for D&D Beyond, and I've kind of, you know, because the discount forever sticks with it.
Right.
And you can stack the coupons. You can, like, wait till, like, Valentine's Day, for instance. Those discounts stack. So, I mean, you can end up getting, like, the hardback version, you know, those books usually cost around $50, maybe $35. When it's down to about 20 just to have it done on the D&D Beyond. But I mean, I really do kind of like the books better. I don't like bringing 20 books into the game store just so I can have all my material on hand.
Right. So I'm sure Cameron can attest. I used to show up when I would run games at the shop. She played in my game, so did Carrie. I had a roller cart with the books that I would need for the 1 or 2 games I'd run that day, plus all of my terrain, and then I had a chess X case for my minis. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I believe you.
Constantly bitching about how I've got a bad back, you know. And then everybody would look and they're like, yeah, I don't doubt you have a bad back carrying, you know, that around.
Yeah. What was you talking about?
On here, I'm putting your guys' tokens on the map here. Looks like Roll20 is going to behave for me today.
Yeah, Roll20 can be flaky.
Well, yeah, they can. They are making some much needed improvements, which I am thankful for. They are actually addressing some of the stuff that I felt needed to be addressed 3 years ago. And that's fantastic. But
I would like 2 or 3 more layers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. I mean, the weird thing is while they're trying to fix this stuff, some other stuff gets kludged in the process. And learning how to deal with that is the interesting part. Corey, are you here yet? Evidently not.
Have you ever played or used the program Vassal engine? It's mostly for board game conversions.
I haven't, but I have heard of it.
Okay. I was working on making a conversion to play Clement Sector, which is a traveler.
Right, right.
For doing the combat, because I think it'll work better than Roll20.
So I'm going to zoom in here. Let me shoot him a message. Yeah, an additional layer would be nice. The other thing that would be nice is that, and you guys may have noticed this in the past. So one of the weird things that happens if you change from one map to another, and so here's a great example. On my Saturday's D&D game, here's an example. They're in a Cloud Giant's castle. And you have two players who have gone up one level. So I took those maps and I did, level 1, and then there's the next map is level 2 and level 3. So that you have two guys that go upstairs, and so their tokens are on the other map. And so I'm switching back and forth middle of initiative. Here's the problem with Roll20. As soon as you switch the map, nobody can see what they're doing in initiative. It's like, for some weird reason, it's coded into Roll20 that the initiative stack is tied to the map, and it should be free-floating its own thing. So it's very peculiar.
Yeah, I tried downloading the mod where you could put portals between maps, and the players could actually go to whatever map you had linked.
Right.
That never quite worked right.
Yeah.
It was nice, but it never quite worked right.
Put you up there because that's a weird spot for a pilot's chair. All right, so welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We're just kind of setting up the map. There's Rexar. These guys are going to get into a little bit of space combat and, of course, some piracy, even though they only have 1.7 tons of available space. But before we get started, I'd like to thank one of the friends of the Greenwater Guildhall tonight. We'd like to thank Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, butters, balms, and co-wash. They also have a full line of deodorant and spray-on scents. And all of their scents are, each scent profile, rather, is a different fantasy character. Today I am wearing Dr. Wolf Beard Butter. It is a blueberry and tobacco with hints of mahogany scent. And it may sound strange, but it's actually my new favorite cologne. I'm sure that they have a scent that would appeal to you. If you are a first-time purchaser, you can go to fablebeardco.com, create an account, and you can get 10% off your order or no, not 10%. Sorry, they have a buy one get one free option. So if you put 2 beard oils or a beard product and a beard oil into your cart, when you check out, if you use the code FIRST in all capital letters, that second beard oil will be discounted to free. If you're a fan of our Wednesday night Traveler games, we do have a website via Obsidian Portal where the adventure log on that site is written in the manner of Traveler News Service articles. They detail information from all across the Trojan Reach and sometimes beyond. The Travelers usually in the campaign usually feature as background stuff, but here in the past couple of recent articles, they've been front and center. Although maybe not directly by name. If you are a fan of the page, then definitely go on that front page and give us a thumbs up. We like to see those fan links, and we hope you enjoy the content. So, where we left off last week, and before we get started with this, I need to preface. So, for Kevin and Wes, I have tried multiple times to do space combat with a map on Roll20. And I actually even find that mapping space combat, even at the table, is problematic. I guess the biggest problem that I've run into is deciding, space is really big. And so it's like, how far is one hex? And so that, when you shrink it down to a screen, a usable map screen, I find that the maps either have to be gargantuan in size or the hexes have to be too small. And then you still are left with the problem of, well, how far is a hex and how far can a ship travel with its thrust? And it's just a mess. So I don't even bother with it anymore.
Well, I mean, you're trying to take something with 360, 3D, even a 2D format. I mean,
right, there's that problem as well. So I don't bother with it anymore. Instead, what I do is this. So you guys, I put you all on the bridge of the Harrier. And as far as mapping goes, I've found that this is useful in knowing where people are and what they're doing on the ship. Now, that may not be important if you're shooting a gun, so of course you're going to be at a weapons console. But let's say that Keith has to go repair some damage real quick. It helps to know where he's at in the ship, which I find to be far more important. I can describe combat scenes all day through theater of the mind, and it seems to work just fine. But knowing where a particular person is seems to be far more important. Let's see here. A moment. Interesting. Alright, well. And this is going to look dumb, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to grab a free asset and use it for our ship because I'm dumb and didn't make a token. But that's okay. So, the Safari ship tonight will be played by Blue Marine Gunner. Just throw him up here. So, where we left off, you guys, you came out of jump, you scanned the local system. You guys are actually in, hold on here, let me bring up the map and show you where you are. You really are, like, at the start of the, you're at Janus. And when you came out of jump, you scanned the system and you detected a safari ship at very long range, so 25,000 to 50,000 kilometers away. It is heading towards the jump limit from the gas giant in system. You're assuming that it probably has finished refueling and is heading towards the jump limit to make its jump. So you have decided, the last time we talked, you had decided that you're going to try to take this prize, and knowing that you only have 1.7 tons of available cargo at this point.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the crew would prefer to try and sell the stuff that we have, and then if they don't want it, say fuck it. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like we're gonna push our luck pretty hard.
Well, yeah, but also, I mean, that ship comes with its own launch. I mean, yeah, that would probably sell really well if we could get it into a friendly port.
That's true. That is true. One moment here.
It also might have somebody we could kidnap and sell. Probably a wealthy person.
Aren't we on the way to like a huge score though? That's what I feel like we might be.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with just leaving them alone and continuing on. I mean, we really are kind of racing. But I mean, you're the captain.
I think we should see if we can lure them, and if we can, then great. If we can't, not a big deal. Let's move on.
Okay, so oh right. So for Rexar, you guys won the race. You have been knighted. So Rexar, you can add the title Star Dragon Knight of Yggdrasil. Also, let's see, what was it? Oh, your Soch goes up by 1. These guys, so the Golden Queen, the last that these guys heard, she was left in a coma. She was pretty badly tore up by that grenade. And so she's
Assassin showed up. We didn't kill her. So
right. Yeah, it wasn't these guys.
It wasn't me.
But her daughter took over as regent of Yggdrasil, and kind of, I mean, she agreed that her daughter's like 17 years old. She agreed that she's not going to stop using the title of Empress and Sindal, or Empress of Sindal in Exile. She is going to instead embrace it along the lines of like the Roman Empire, you know, with Rome and Constantinople, and embrace the Kingdom of Drinax as a fellow cousin emperor, basically ruling two different sides of the same empire. I was about to say, well, it worked for Rome, except it didn't work for Rome. And that whole thing ended badly. Well, I guess you can't say that it ended.
She was heartbroken about her mother being in a coma.
Yeah, yeah. So these guys
had something to do with it.
The last thing that was said is that her 17-year-old daughter, the regent, came up to, I believe it was Captain Beth, and whispered under her breath, when you get back to Drinax, to to thank Princess Rao and to tell her that the situation seems to be handled, or something along those lines. The other thing, with Ching Shi being here, the language that was spoke that you guys couldn't understand, and I don't know if Ching Shi is going to tell everybody this, but it was Zedant. So it was these assassins were Jodani, which is interesting in and of itself.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to keep that a secret. I mean, I'm not involved in Zidani politics or anything like that, so...
Well, you're a little involved, but you're not quite sure exactly how much you're involved.
Right. So, I don't currently see a benefit to keeping that information to myself.
Ching Shi,
Yes?
make a... make a telepathy plus psionics roll.
Telepathy plus psionics.
So it's,
telepathy is
yeah,
its own category. Plus psionic?
well, add your psi modifier to it.
Okay. Let's see. So that'd be 12.
That's pretty good. During that whole firefight, you one of the reasons, so you missed part of that as well. You were flooded with images and memories that it is appearing more and more that the original plan was that you were to infiltrate the Imperium, specifically the Imperial Navy, which you did. But at some point, you overrode your conditioning and kind of went off the rails. You are considered now to be like a rogue agent, through no memories of your own. You're not even aware that you did this. So, but now these floods of thoughts coming back, you're still piecing together bits and pieces of it, but you get the feeling that you were some kind of you were a Manchurian candidate of some type, and that there was some kind of conditioning that was supposed to unlock you to turn you back into a Jodani agent. But, like I said, you're still piecing together bits and pieces. Now, how much of that you want to tell the crew is up to you. I don't know how well they might feel about that.
I think that part, I feel like I have no problem sharing information about what's going on around me, but my own cards close to the chest. So,
okay.
As far as what's going on in my head, that's part of the benefit of being able to read into other people's heads, is I can protect my own.
Right. So, the Trojan Ranger, which that name's never going to stop being funny, does not detect you. There's no sign that they have detected you. You, however, are able to see on your sensors that they are running active sensors. But your ship is stealthy like that.
What did Ting buy? Those machines or vehicles?
Yeah, you've got 4 tons of ground cars.
Yeah.
So you got a couple of ground cars in the cargo hold.
Can I broker a deal? Maybe you can make some money back.
You want to radio them and try to sell them cars? I mean, you're probably going to get a good deal selling them on tier.
Well, I can radio them and tell them that we have stuff to sell if they would like to trade. I could also play the I'm a G racer thing and maybe challenge them to a race or something. If the dude's a safari guy, he might be up for more of a sport than trade. Then that might draw him close.
Before we do that, let's run sensors because there's more than one person that has a hard-on for hunting pirates right now.
That's true.
This might be a little too good to be true. So.
Yeah.
And my poker buddy is out here somewhere in his new ship looking for pirates.
Yeah.
So is that what we're doing then? We're just going to kind of move that way rather quickly and stealthily and just not talk? Maybe I could listen for comms and see if people are out there talking.
I mean, you're 50,000 clicks out from these guys, which is a fur piece. But, essentially, they're unaware of you, so you kind of have surprise on them. You also have a turret, and Rexar, you're going to want to pay attention to this. So we were looking at the particle barbette. It has two experimental features. One is that it's accurate. So that off the top gives you a +2 to hit with the particle barbette. Number two is that you have fire control, and the fire control software is /2. So it can go, all two can go to one turret, or it can go one to one turret, one to the other turret, however you want to divvy it up. So if you put all two from the fire control to the barbette, that gives you a +4 to hit with it. The particle barbette also has the experimental feature of high yield, which means on damage, any ones that were rolled automatically count as 2s. So, yeah, that's cool.
This a lot.
Yeah, I thought you might enjoy that. So what I was going to say for at this 50,000 kilometer range, you also have a turret that has 3 missile launchers in it, filled with nuclear missiles. You can launch a volley, which means they have to shoot down 3 missiles, which there's less of a chance of them coming away unscathed than there was before. So, just throwing that out there. And of course, you also have a military countermeasure suite.
What is the range on that barbette?
It is a good question. Let's see.
I believe it's very long range weapon. But I mean, I'm just kind of going off
I don't think that it's got as long a range as like lasers, but it does pack a wallop. Weapons and screens. So particle beam barbette, yes, it has a range of very long. So you theoretically could you could ping their hull with the particle beam barbette at 50,000 kilometers.
I want to do sensors on them first. Everybody calm the fuck down.
Okay, Captain, go ahead and make a sensors roll.
Can I listen for any kind of comm chatter out there?
You can.
Okay. Does the ship offer any bonuses with its comms?
Another good question. I don't think it does, but don't quote me on that. Let me look. So let's see here. Sensors are advanced, military countermeasures suite. I would say that you would probably get a +2 thanks to the military countermeasures suite.
Oh, well, hell yeah.
Because you can't really... you can't have a countermeasures suite without having the basic comms to begin with. To my logic.
Do I get education or intelligence?
Yes. You can add either intellect or education, your choice.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do detect that there is some comms traffic. Basically, it's between Trojan Ranger and another ship. The other ship is at very distant. It's more than 50,000 kilometers. And Beth, what'd you get on your sensor check?
I got a 10.
On your 10, at very distant range, you detect the radiation flash of a ship going to jump. So there was a second ship. So with the comms and your sensors, what you've determined is that Trojan Ranger not only was at the gas giant refueling, it met another ship there, and there was a transfer of cargo.
I wonder if all the stuff went on this ship or the other one.
Good question.
From the comms chatter, you are able to determine just through casual talk that they're basically saying, "Okay, well, good luck, or we'll see you around. We'll see you in the dark. Good luck on your hunting expedition."
Ooh. Well, they might need some vehicles for that. Right? That's the easy way on board. Hopefully. Let's hail them.
Okay. So are you decreasing your range, or are you just going to hail them at very distant range? Or I'm sorry, very long range.
We'll hail them from the range that we're at, and then catch up if we need to. I don't want to appear aggressive.
Okay.
So we need to scan them from a distance.
So Ching Shi, roll 2d plus your piloting skill and add 6 to it for the thrust score of the Capri Sun.
With the plus 6, it's only 15.
Okay. That is 7. That doesn't make any sense. We're just going to go with 15 because why not? Trojan Ranger. Ew. So you clearly have initiative. So you're hailing them. How are you opening your communications with them?
We have an amazing business opportunity. Pick up now. Well, no, I don't know. We don't have a robo-dialer. I was going to leave it to Ting, who has broker skill, because my social skill and charm and all that is pretty good. So.
Yeah, I don't mind being deceiving in the nature, I mean, in the communication either. But yeah, I'll shoot a tight beam communication with them. You know.
Okay.
Shit out of the sleepy bot.
Oh yeah, I've got some wonderful ground vehicles, perfect for hunting and adventuring, and multiple terrains. Something you really got to see.
Make a persuasion roll. Persuasion plus your charm modifier.
All right. So my persuasion is 1, and then I get another 1 for my social, so that'd be a +2 to this roll here.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, here we go. 14. Blam. That's a crit. Double six.
The response back. Well, I gotta look up this name.
Well, these vehicles have been touched by the Star Red Dragon of Yogsdrill.
We
But
put his
pronounced
work
correctly.
on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
On here.
You can be hungry like the wolf when you drive these bad boys.
These state-of-the-art vehicles have only been driven to the store on Sunday.
That's right. That's right. And tuned up by her very royal and country grandson named Bubba. Bubba the Ranch. Yeah. So there's no telling what these. You can do anything in these vehicles as long as when you're performing a stunt, you go. And it all works out.
There's only a little bit of cat hair.
So the there's only a little bit of cat hair. The captain of Trojan Ranger responds back. She says, "This is Lady Carneliana Hilfinson. We don't really have any need for vehicles. Although, allow me to ask my passengers, see if they'd be interested."
Oh, I can try to kiss her ass with social graces and try to describe the luxury in these advanced vehicles. Yeah. Perhaps they've heard of me as I just won the grav race over there on Yajasil.
Well, we haven't been that far yet, but you can give me just a moment. Please hold. And you can actually hear like some elevator type music coming from. She literally has a hold button.
Yeah.
And after a few moments, she comes back and she says, "Indeed, I have 4 high passengers, and they would all be interested in viewing a few of your vehicles. Why don't we dock, and we can come aboard and see?"
Oh, well, that would be very acceptable to us, and we are excited to meet you as I will serve tea and crumpets in the most spectacular fashion. Just to let you know of the class of characters that you are dealing with.
Oh, that would be pleasant.
Hell yeah.
So, all right. So you got an inn.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to perform docking maneuvers?
Is that a euphemism?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, Captain, I think all of the valuable people on the ship are going to come visit us over here. If you want, they're wanting to come by look at our vehicles.
So,
Either that or they're pirates who want to take our ship.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have some people in battle dress ready to spring out, like the word.
Yeah, I'll serve them tea and crumpets, and you guys hit them over the back with blackjacks in the back of the head.
So Ting, you can go back and start prepping your tea and crumpets in the galley area.
Yeah.
And go ahead and make a steward check.
All right. Do I get to add anything else?
Yeah, steward plus intellect.
Okay. All right. Well,
Or education, your choice.
I'll definitely be educated about it. I'll get a +3 on this roll because I'm very sturdy. An 8.
Well, that's still suitable.
I guess.
And
I
Ching
really
Shi,
wanted to-
go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check.
Okay, well, before performing any of those maneuvers, I am putting my battle dress on.
Okay.
And I don't need to be on the welcoming crew if the sight of said battle dress will make people squirrely, but I
You'll be all the way in
remember
the
a
front.
time when we faked being a luxury vehicle so that we could gain ingress on a ship, so I want to be prepared for that exact maneuver.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be super ironic if we got taken out that way.
Who else is putting on? So there's Beth and Rexar. Are either of you putting on battle dress?
I'm not sure if I should, because they might want to meet the captain. I guess they could say I'm, like, busy. Sure. I'll
Oh,
do that and I'll hang out on the bridge with Ching Shi.
Okay.
And I'll get in fancy dress and help hang out.
Okay. All right.
Rexar, what about you?
I'll put on battle dress.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My headset died, so it's like charging and going at the same time. It might make quick choices.
Okay.
I'll have my back suit. I don't own battle dress.
Right.
I'm not going to have the helmet shut.
Okay. So, and Rexar, you're putting on battle dress as well. Are you? Where would you like to be at? I mean, Ching Shi has to be on the bridge since she's driving, but where would Rexar like to be?
I'll be in my room,
Okay.
waiting for the signal.
Okay. Okay. So, Ching Shi, go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check. It was just routine.
16.
Made that look easy. And then the last question is, you guys have a holographic hull, and it takes 100 power points to run the holographic hull. So usually you're not going to be running that when you're in combat. That's the first thing that's going to get shut off. Are you using it now? And how do you want to deck out your ship?
What the body of the ship looks like a merchant ship anyway, right? I mean, not luxurious, but it's not like it says we are called Capri Sun because we pop you like a straw.
The hull of the ship by itself does not look like a merchant ship. I mean, there's really no debating what Capri Sun is. I mean, here, hold
Okay.
on. It looks like a commerce raider. I mean, looks can be deceiving, clearly, but there it is.
All right,
So I mean,
well,
this
you can
is what your ship looks like without the holographic hull turned on. It looks a lot like a Klingon bird of prey. So
It's just green.
Keep it an idea to put like an obnoxious advertising banner for the
Yeah, put like a big generic sticker on it. It
Yeah.
just says shit.
There we go.
does anybody have an art skill?
Oh, I took art.
You
I
did.
gave it a 0, but I took art because I was like, why would I ever need art?
So you can make an art plus intellect check
Hell yeah.
to create this holographic banner.
9.
Okay, so you have created this holographic. What do you want this holographic banner to say?
I want it to be in the generic corporation font, and I want it to say trade ship.
Okay. Okay.
Strange.
Okay.
It's beer, and no one doubts that inside is beer. I'm just gonna put strange shit.
It's really funny that you brought up the generic corporate font. We were in Hillsborough the other day, and we passed evidently a large business. They have a campus, and there's this sign out front, and the name of this company is Corvo, Qorvo, and that's it. And they've got this special font for their name. There's no description of what they do. I couldn't tell you what Corvo does. I suppose I could if I Googled it, but from the sign, there's no information to be gleaned. And I'm like, so is it, if nobody knows what your company does and they have a hard time pronouncing your name because you have consonants in the wrong spot, is it really that important to have a custom font? Because who the fuck is going to remember you?
Right.
And what are they going to remember you for? Hey, it's that company that I don't know what they do. So it's really, I like the generic corporate font bit. So it says trade ship, and you come up and extend your standard docking clamp, which is over here on the bottom of your ship.
Can we get a more hardy scan on them as we get within close range?
Your sensors are only advanced, so you don't have things like a densitometer or it's not the sensors on the Capri Sun aren't quite as good as like a scout ship, so you don't have like any X-ray or densitometer or anything like that.
Well, joyful.
It'll have LiDAR, of course radar, LiDAR, probably microwave, but beyond that, there's not really a whole lot more to be gleaned. You do have your ship's computer is picking up, exactly what this thing is. It is a Type K Safari ship. Hold on here. There we go. Evidently, I'm having a hard time knowing my ABCs today. But this is a Type K Safari ship. At least this is the standard layout for a Type K. It tells you what the standard operating crew for a ship this size is. I'm going to be real honest. Type Ks are a nice boat. And everybody on the bridge, so Beth, Ox, and Ching Shi, you can make recon plus intellect checks.
So I got 10.
Ooh. Okay. And what did Ching Shi get?
9.
Okay. So the three of you, as you are coming up to dock with the Trojan Ranger, it immediately hits you. This is a really nice ship. It looks like it's got a fresh paint job. It's been polished and cleaned recently. This looks more like a noble person's yacht than it does most Type Ks that you've seen out in the bush. Which tracks, because a lot of safari ships are treated like a yacht. So you dock. Who's meeting them at the airlock?
That would be me.
Okay.
Ching.
So is Keith going to go as well?
Yeah, I'll go along with him.
Okay.
Got a little area set
Oh,
up,
I see.
where I'm going to serve tea and crumpets.
Of course.
You know, so I'm coming to greet them and then show the stuff. You know, if any of our friends want to go on a spacewalk and go take their ship over, this might be a good time.
Okay. Hold on, I'm looking.
Yeah.
Labor drive. Huh. What is 5? Sorry, I'm trying to. That's countermeasure suite. Bridge, captain's platform. Missile. Arbitrary. Oh, here it is. 11 is the cargo hold. Okay. So this back here is your cargo hold, which is convenient. And this entire back end actually kind of drops or opens up kind of like a clamshell type boarding ramp. Usually, that is where the Harrier would disgorge, Marines in battle dress, or they just send them down the main airlock. So you dock, and I need to go grab some guys. Because I have to reduce their numbers on the ship. Here.
Whoa.
Let's see here.
The fewer the better, if
Right.
you ask me.
Right.
Yeah. Are we just going to try to trade with them, or are we going to be up to no good? I mean, we should probably decide that before we start. Really.
Right. Yeah, you guys need to figure that part out now.
There's nothing suspicious about the ship yet.
They're just very wealthy, But if we're going to kidnap these high passage people, or the owner of this Safari ship, I mean, really, my vote is let's take this Safari ship and all its people and everything and sell this shit off.
Yeah, we can make a boatload out of the boat. So
it's got a launch. It's got another little ship on it. It's nice, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So how many fighting crew do we have?
Oh,
mean,
I talk.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we've got 4 fighters and we crack that nut open, we're like, yeah, we're going to take the ship. And they've got 15 Marines.
I count for at least 10.
Well, of course you do, Rexar, but I'm still saying, like, I understand wanting to make the plan first, but I'm not interested in take a ship if we open it up and it's got a full company of the Imperial Navy inside, or something like that. Like,
Okay, well, what if I talk them into giving me a tour?
yeah, I mean, if we can passively look inside first, I'm not interested in busting out the breaching tube to see their ship, only to find out that.
Well, I mean, at this point, you don't even really need the breaching tube. You're already docked with them.
Right, but we're talking about a spacewalk and getting in a different way. So,
But if he gets the
welding torch, whatever you want to call it, however we're opening the tin can so they don't expect it, I'd like to know what's inside first. And we don't have the sensors to have like a head count or anything.
Well, and then out of curiosity, well, there is a shaft right there that goes down.
Because I'm
them
wearing
right there.
silk. silk, a nice silk formal kind of robe.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm dressed up in my stuff. I'm about to serve. I have to look like I'm just a fine tradesman, and I'm here to invite these people on the ship and have a formal sit down and try to sell off these 3 tons of advanced vehicles I have.
And Keith, you said you were going to wear your dress uniform?
Yeah, I'll wear my dress uniform, look as nice as possible, and
Okay.
follow team.
So, down the airlock, or up the airlock, like it matters, there's no up or down in space. So, up the airlock comes these 4 nobles, and they're dressed in the current high society fashion. The first noble that comes up, he shakes both your hands and says, I am Marcus Enurga, and this is Dame Marguerite Chatwoy, and behind me is Sir Derwin Kiraswift, and this is Baronet Shisawa Kuragi, and they all shake your hands, and this is an interesting vessel that you have here. This doesn't look like a normal trade ship.
Oh, well, normal is all in the eyes of whoever is using the word. I see it all the time, and therefore it's rather fine to me. It's a Sandalian ship, and I am a Sandalian knight.
Make a persuasion plus charm check, and you can add +2 to that for 1 because you brought up that you're a knight, and 2 because Keith is wearing a Sandalian uniform.
So I get +2, then I get my persuasion, which is +4, +5. This ought to be good. 12.
This is oh well. We weren't aware that we were dealing with fellow nobility. I must say that I'm not aware that the Sandalian Empire was even still around. This is fascinating. Oh, you said that there would be refreshments. Can we go someplace to chat?
Why, by all means, I have some stuff prepared. Since we first had our communications, I took the liberty of preparing some fine refreshments of tea and crumpets.
Okay. So you guys lead them back over to your common area, which is nice because it no longer has to double as a triage.
Yes.
Also, thank you for that update to the map, Kevin. As you can see, I am using it.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, it was a drop-in fit, and so that's great. I like where you placed it too, right next to where the low berths are.
That seems like the most logical spot if you're going to eat up some cargo.
Exactly.
Connected to other medical.
Right, exactly. And honestly, if you're going to need medical, that's where it's going to be. So
if we fail our rolls, we'll be right near the low bursts.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell this guy on the idea that I'm an adventure and thrill seeker. I like to do G races and that and do some minor training just for the fun of it. It keeps space social.
He says,
and we have to have a ship like this because of the danger of pirates in the area. While you can never be too careful, as far as they're concerned.
oh, indubitably. Oh, those brigands are something to behold. There's something dashing about the idea of living your life as an outlaw on the edge of space, away from civilization, and only living by your wits. And when Dame Marguerite looks at Keith and she says, "So, what is your rank? I see that you are in a Sindalian officer's dress uniform.
Oh, I am a, I can't remember my rank.
Well, you're chief engineer.
Yeah, I'm a chief engineer.
She says, "Oh, well, that's very interesting. Will we be meeting your captain today?"
Well, the captain is very busy. at
She's
the moment.
captaining.
No, she's captaining. We caught some strange chatter in this area, and so and she is on guard to ensure our safety in this matter. You know, if we do come into trouble, you know, are you all able to provide maybe some marine support?
Oh, no, nothing like that. Although you had mentioned that you're the adventurous type, we're somewhat of adventurers ourselves. We actually paid to travel aboard the Trojan Ranger, courtesy of Dame Carneliana. She is taking us on a grand hunting safari.
Oh,
What indeed are you hunting?
Well, she says she just procured some very interesting prey that we plan to let loose. I'm not sure where she's taking us, but she's going to let them loose onto the planet, and we shall give them a day's head start to go about our hunting business.
Indeed, wow.
so I'm gonna go ahead and open up my neural link and tell Captain Beth that you know, the general assessment is they claim they don't have a lot of Marines on board, and that they are you know, I'm gonna feed them the information that you've been telling me about who they are and who's still on board specifically.
Thank you.
So, Captain Beth, what would you guys like to do?
It kind of feels like spacewalk time.
Well, so these guys are down here in the common area. I mean, Rexar could leave his room, go up around near where the bridge is, and go down this shaft and go onto their ship straight through the airlock. I mean, all of you, whoever's in battle dress and wants to go, is more than welcome to do so.
Well, that sounds great.
So, Nishi, put one of those knocky things on the steering wheel so nobody can take our ship.
Yeah, the club.
Oh, yeah, put the club on here.
Club.
Do
Let's use the club.
any of these four have communications going out or in? Can I detect any of that?
They all have mobile comms, but they're not actively using them.
Wonderful. Okay, that's just trying to make sure that they're not doing the sneaky talking like I do.
Yeah, really. I mean, these four. It seems like the only people that they would probably call on their mobile comm would be each other, and probably from one cabin to the next.
Oh, they're wonderful. They're gonna sell so good.
If we kidnap these people, can we put them on fantasy as part of a social experiment?
Drop them off. Yeah, well, I mean, if nobody's going to pay ransom on four nobles, you know, you could always drop them off on fantasy.
Just to see what happens. Like, maybe one of them will be smart enough to actually get off of there.
But maybe it'll fix their gene pool.
Yeah, that's true, too.
We could play games with them and record it with drones and take the footage and do some editing and sell it as cheap entertainment across the cosmos.
It'll be the upper class foot of the year contest,
I
yeah.
know, yeah.
So,
You see the Duke of such and such cry.
so we've got is Beth wearing battle dress as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got Ching-Shi, Rexar, and Beth. Ox, are you going to go with them?
You know, I'll stay here since I'm just in a vac suit.
Okay.
Let me.
I feel like someone well armored and armed needs to stay on board.
Well, yeah. I can try. I can hold the bridge if you want.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
in my humble opinion. And just as a point of note, if they're going somewhere to play the most dangerous game, they are undoubtedly well armed. Even Marines or no. If they're going to hunt humans or humanoids on planet for funsies, they're probably well armed.
Before you leave, can you give me some drugs to make these guys go to sleep?
We do that. It's kind of our MO.
They've done this before.
So we have that kind of stuff readily available. I can go grab some easy enough.
You've got access to morphine down in the med bay.
Well, I mean, you know,
Rohypnol.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's my own special cocktail, really.
you know, whatever. I'm just, if I could make these 4 people go to sleep, you know, that would be great. So, I mean, you know, I'm serving them stuff.
Whenever Beth decides to roofie somebody, I always feel like it's going to be 1 for you, 1, 2 for me. 1, 2 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me.
we call it special B.
Yes.
Okay, well then, yeah, I want to slip these guys some special B. You know.
Okay.
Escort them, drag them to our most luxe brig.
Well, yeah, I'm going to tell them the story about our G race and how we obliterated people and there's laser cannons on the G racers and I'm just going to, you know, serve them the tea and crumpets with the
regale them with stories of your adventure.
Hell yeah! Tell them the time that I was hunting pachyderms and my servant he went up and he stuck his arm up the elephant's rear end and it tightened its butt cheeks and started walking. He looked like a piece of crap with a hat on. You know, as he dangled there. It was most humorous.
Okay, we're gonna page the chief engineer of the bridge at this point. Say there's like something he needs to look at.
Okay.
That way all the bad disease can leave.
So do you want Keith to go with you as well then?
No, I want him to be the well-armed person in the bridge.
Gotcha.
Well, along. Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna make this easy on myself and do this.
Those people are gonna pass out soon anyway, so it's not like, yeah.
Oh, good. I'm lay it on thick. Yeah.
So where did you want Keith to be? On the bridge or?
Yes, the docks.
Okay. All right. So you guys have the bridge under control. Remove these because that's not going to matter. So you guys get through the airlock to the Trojan Ranger's airlock, and whoops, I went the wrong direction. And the door is locked. The outer door is open, but the inner door is locked. You would have to try to pick the lock with a computer check.
No, I think we gotta leave now. The door's locked.
Well, this was a great plan. Well, I have computers +1.
Yeah, go for it.
So you can make a electronic computers plus your choice of either intellect or education, and but wait, there's probably more. Since we've never really gotten into this kind of thing yet, and we probably should have. I'll just allow you to spend
into it now.
Yeah, I'll just allow you to spend some credits now. Let's see here. If you want to spend 5,000 credits, you can get a computer/5. This is a portable, like, laptop computer.
Can I install it in my battle dress? Just stick my finger in. Boop, 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 boop.
Do these guys have like
You know,
a
that's
key
true.
fob or anything on them?
Do they have what?
Like a key fob or anything on them?
No.
You know, so yeah.
Actually, now that you bring that up, hold on. Let me look at this.
I can.
You might already have it. I didn't even think about that.
All the monies of computerizing my battle dress.
I
I don't
think-
have any accessories yet.
I think your battle dress already has.
Even better.
So let's see.
Deboot the heck out of it.
So you have the scout dress, right?
Yes, I do.
It's beautiful shit.
Is normally used by reconnaissance units. Popular among officers and rapid assault units. Grab assist.
General badasses like me.
Is this what's your protection on it? Is it plus 20 or plus 23?
23. Tech
So-
level 14.
So it is tech level 14. It has computer/2. So you do have a computer. Then the question is
What do I get to add?
software. Let's see here.
I have to update and reboot the system.
Yeah,
so that I can
yeah,
get
yeah. It's please stand by while updating.
3.2.
So you want intrusion software. TL11 it's 2 bandwidth would cost you 10,000 credits.
Done.
Okay.
Can't I give a copy of that?
Yeah, you could.
I have that intrusion software TL11 bandwidth 2. I also have security software that is real nice too. But yeah, I could definitely give up that intrusion software.
Okay.
But just
Well, then her
copy and paste.
so her computer can run bandwidth 2. Yeah, you can give her a copy of intrusion, so you don't have to spend the credits.
Sweet.
And so that's going to give you a +2. So you want to make an electronic computers plus your choice, either intellect or EDU, plus an additional 2 for the intrusion software.
That will be 12.
Okay.
Thanks.
You are able to unlock the door. How?
Before I do though, I want to use my psionics for some tactical awareness.
Okay.
So perceiving dangers and foes around me using clairvoyant capabilities.
Yes.
Enhanced spatial perception.
Okay.
And ignoring environmental impedance.
Does it say?
Also detect hidden foes within range.
Okay.
And it is long reach, average check.
Long range. Wow. Okay. So it will go out to. Interesting. Well, I would say that it would open up everything on this. Hold on. Let me take a look at. What's the name of that psionic skill?
It's tactical awareness.
Did you hear what I did? These dudes talked to me coming up right away. And I was like, come on, buy these vehicles. I'll be real proper. I'm going to start team coverage. I started, I spiked their shit. Yeah, they passed out.
With this power, you can proceed. Reach is long. Okay.
These poor guys.
Okay. So, with tactical awareness, you're able to see. Well, you're able to see some things that are a little strange. So the first thing that you see is that in this central room here, I did this right, yes, I did. You know that there is a steward in that room. At the aft end of the ship, here and here, you detect multiple life forms, quite a few of them. Of a they would be like a feline shape, about the size of a lion. Above you, you detect an engineer, a medic, and 3 people on the bridge.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to tell my crewmates not to open the 2 doors in the back.
Okay.
Like, we don't want to mess with the aft on this level.
So,
Thank you.
Let's not unleash the hounds at the start of this fight, please.
so you say that, and you
Justin!
you open the door. Since you've unlocked the door, you open the door, and on the security panel, it makes a chime sound, like bing, bing.
Hello? Everything's fine here.
Chingshi, Rexar, and Beth make recon plus intellect checks.
I got 16 because I rolled 2 6s.
No.
I did not beat that. I got 8.
What about Rexar?
8.
Apparently, I am audibly standing behind Captain going, sneak, sneak,
So,
sneak, sneak, sneak.
Beth, you hear a very, very subtle sound. It's that you can pick it up, the vibration of it, more than the sound itself. You hear it through the lower half of the hull, and it's just this big chung chung.
Are there xenomorphs here? Do I hear purring?
No, someone's watching Law and Order. Dun.
Yeah, dun dun.
Okay. Shit, I'll take one.
Law and Order Space Victims Unit.
Yes. Well, shit. That's ominous, but we're a little bit too far into this to do anything now.
You're kind of committed at this point. So, where would the 3 of you like to go?
Lead the way, Captain.
Huh?
Lead the way.
I'll leave
So,
the way.
directly out of the airlock, there is a door here to your left.
Since we're not getting, or since I didn't get a vibe that they're heavily armed, I mean, or heavily staffed, do you want to just head to the bridge?
Yeah, we could. Let's do it. I
Okay.
don't know which way that is.
So, let me look at this.
I mean, I get that that's like famous last words, but
So there.
the lions can't climb stairs, so we'll
You
just
here?
So this here is access up to the upper deck.
Yep. Alright. Let's do it. Let's
Let's
climb up
do
there.
it.
All right, hold on just a moment. Okay. Oh, okay. So you guys are moving here. As you're moving towards the shaft to climb up to the upper deck, you see all of the iris doors here, 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 and down here. All of them open.
Oh, fuck, climb fast, climb fast. Please.
Alright. Did they seriously release all the animals?
Just get up the ladder.
I'm doing it.
I don't think the lions will be able to climb, she said, hopefully.
Can I use my animal skill? No.
Hey, your pet.
Actually, he's too close. Hold on here.
Cave it.
Too bad we didn't bring any meat. Throw it and run.
There's meat in that room with a number 2 on it.
Technically, we did
There's
do
a
it's just
steward.
canned.
All right, so Chinchi, Rexar, and Beth roll initiative.
I got 8, so I don't have to change it.
Okay. Okay, so this is what you see. This is the lion-like feline predator that is in the this corridor now, and it is quite aggro. It is growling clearly, and it is assuming a pounce-like position. So, Rexar, what would you like to do? Rexar, are you muted?
Definitely sure was.
Oh, here's something to bring up. It is known that Aslan generally don't like other cats on ships because they feel that they're in some kind of competition with them.
Tell the captain to get up the ladder and run towards the cat.
Okay, go ahead and run towards the cat. What, are you going to go melee?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll figure this out, don't worry.
I can move you here. Let's see here. Yeah, that's...
Does anyone have any yarn?
Throw down a ball of yarn. How about a bag of catnip? So yeah, it's only 4. Well, yeah, that's close enough. So yeah, what would you? So for your minor action, you run forward, and I'm assuming that, I mean, you're boarding a potentially enemy spacecraft. So I'm assuming that you have your static axe out.
Oh yeah. Whack him.
Go for it. Melee blade plus your either your dex or your strength, your choice.
Strength.
Need to.
15.
Okay. Okay, so that is a exceptional success. Go ahead and roll your damage, and you can add +7 to that and your strength as well. God, I created these things. I keep having to reference the sheet. Like, wait, what? How many hits do they have? What?
25.
Okay. So you bring your static axe down, and this cat is bleeding profusely, and it is not happy with you. It lets out this strange growl that almost seems like this cat has some kind of sentience. Qingxi, what would you like to do?
I'd like to growl back, by the way.
Of
Do it.
course.
I encourage it. I'm going to fly up the shaft
Okay.
and wait at the top of the ladder. Are the whatchamacallits, are the iris doors open upstairs too?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to land myself
So you're
right
up here. Oop.
here.
Okay, so you...
In this
oop, there you go.
that nook.
Okay.
So I'm not standing right in front of an open door. So I flew up the elevator shaft, and I'm going to go in that little spot that doesn't have any doors or anything like that.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, you travel at 20 to 50 kilometers per hour, so yeah, you have no problem doing that. Are you... So that was one minor action. Are you...
I'm going to aim for anybody that pops out of that doorway.
Gotcha. So there's a +1 on your next attack.
And that's it. I'm just going to sit there and wait for someone to come out.
Okay, so if you use 2 minor actions to aim, that's a +2.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back down in the cargo hold of Shreddy Death, Bushwhacker. So the Bushwhacker is going to, well, the first one's going to, it's going to try and claw, yeah, it's going to try and claw Rexar. And hits with a +2 for a total of a 10. $24 points of damage. So let's see. What's the protection on your battle dress, Rexar? Are you muted, Rexar?
I was about to ask you because I cannot find.
So I'm showing TL13 battle dress has +22. So it looks like you would take 2 points. This thing's claws went through your battle dress.
I would like to use reaction to turn on my grab shield for 2 more AC.
Okay, so you block that additional 2 points. As a reaction, you'll be at -1 on your next turn. Let's see here. This one is going to come up here. And it's going to make an attack. It misses you with claws. Poor steward. Yeah. So, from inside Area 2 here, you hear somebody yell out and kind of scream and go, "Ah!" And you hear the sounds of crunching bones and sloppy, sloppy blood.
Yeah, how were they going to get these things back in? Like, this was the worst plan. Like, we could just leave and they would be fucked right now. You know? Whew.
Okay. Captain Beth, what would you like to do?
It seems like they're a bit lower to the ground than we are, so I think it might help if I toss the smoke grenade.
Okay. Go ahead and make a athletics dex check. So I guess first question is, where are you throwing it past Rexar at the end of the hall?
Yeah, that's not what I mean for.
Okay.
I got 5. Not good.
So it doesn't. It goes back here. It bounces off this wall and kind of lands next to Rexar, and starts billowing out smoke. Of course. So this entire area, this whole hallway, everything is filling up quickly with smoke, which isn't too much of a problem with your battle dress because you guys can switch over to IR. But yeah, you are stuck in the hazy smoke, which definitely is a well, it's definitely a sight problem for the bushwhackers. Meanwhile,
Are you going to use an interaction?
Can I move at all? Can I try and go up the ladder?
so your minor action would be to pull the grenade off your suit, and then your significant action was to throw it. So
Okay.
no.
All right. Yeah. Shit.
Meanwhile, Ting, go ahead and roll a persuasion plus charm.
All right. An 8.
Okay, so your 4 guests here having quite the fun time listening to your stories, and finally, Baronet Shisawa Karagi, she says, "We would like to see these vehicles that you have for sale."
Oh, yes. Well, sure. I will take you to look at them as soon as it's customary that, you listen to my tale while you had a drink. It is customary from where I come from that you are now to tell me a story while we have another round. And I'm going to, serve them another round of spiked goodies.
Okay.
And hope that it'll put them to sleep faster.
Okay. So you serve another round, and they start to tell some stories of their past hunting events. One of them tells you a story about a time where they got stuck on a ancient space station, and they were going to be left. and this brave crew saved them by bringing over a shuttle and docking it with the station so that they were all able to escape. And he starts saying something about, "Oh, I would really love to thank the crew of that shuttle for that trade crew for bringing that shuttle over. It really saved us." And he starts to yawn. You look over and you see that
Judgment.
I hope that act got us a lot of grace.
you see Dame Marguerite is already slumped in her chair and asleep, and Baronet Shisawa is looking at Dame Marguerite and is, "Oh, how rude, she's fallen asleep." And she goes to nudge her, and Dame Marguerite just falls out of her chair.
Oh. Uh-huh. That's terrible. Oh, look. You seem to be tired.
Marcus looks at you and he says, "I believe there's something in this tea and crumpets."
Oh, why would you think that?
He gets up and he reaches over and tries to draw out a saber, and he can't even get it halfway out of the sheath, and he collapses.
Yeah. I'm afraid you all are poisoned, and I have the only antidote. You should all sit down and be quiet and surrender at this point in time.
So at least two of them are completely unconscious. The other two are well on their way. Make another persuasion check. Plus,
Give them pillows. You don't want to be rude.
you can make a persuasion check plus intellect this time. Kind of an intimidation kind of thing.
Okay. How about a 12?
Oh yeah, the two that are still awake sit, but it doesn't even take a minute, and they are asleep and falling out of their chairs.
Wonderful. I'll go ahead and tie them up and remove any of their items. You know, they don't need clothes anymore. We're gonna strip them down and tie them up real good.
Okay. Are you just tying them to the chairs here in the common area?
Yes, butt naked.
Okay.
Tie them up real good. That seems to be a good place to start, you know.
So, off of these four, just rifling through their pockets, you managed to pull out a total of 500 credits in just spending cash that they have on them.
Okay. Nice.
The one of them, Marcus, also had a excuse me, a very fancy blade that is decked out with jewels. It's quite sharp, but as far as the craftsmanship, you are of the opinion that this is more useful as a showpiece than it is as an actual weapon. And
these poor trusting fools will never trust again.
and
I think it's like Final Destination. Like they were meant to die on the crazy space station with the murder insanity bacteria.
yeah, death is just catching up with them.
Yeah, they were living on borrowed time that we gave them. So whatever.
I'm thinking if we like surgically remove their arms and legs, they will pose no threat whatsoever, and we can just, you know.
I'm sorry, what? What the fuck?
Maybe they'll do that kind of shit on Tech World, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, we could put them back on later.
The fellow knight, you find hidden away in his clothes. He was packing a body pistol.
Oh.
So, for people that don't know, body pistols are manufactured from plastics and cultured bone. making them difficult to detect using conventional weapon scanners.
Well, I'm just going to take all their stuff and pile it neatly,
And you find a flask of fairly expensive brandy.
Oh, wonderful.
So you've got them tied up. What would you like to, at this point, what would you like to do? Are you going to radio the bridge?
Yes, I'm going to tell the bridge that I have all 4 of these people restrained and drugged, and inform the captain that I have them all taken care of. We're having tea and crumpets. They passed out, and I have them naked and strapped to seats.
Oh, too much information.
I'll send pictures, visual pictures of them.
Yeah.
You
You guys send pictures over the mobile comm.
On
Keith,
the bridge, do we have any type of detectors or cameras that we can watch and make sure nobody's like trying to sneak outside the hull from their ship to our ship
oh yeah,
to do a counterboarding?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching for anything like that.
Okay, go ahead and make a electronic sensors plus your choice, either intellect or education.
What's education? We're doing intellect. Okay.
I ain't got time for that fancy schooling.
Right. I don't have any of that fancy stuff.
Well, they have a library on the ship. We, be able to make much use of it after we take it over.
Well, the last thing I was doing was I don't have a sensor skill. Is that under electronics?
It is.
Okay, so I just have regular old electronics. I guess that's just 2d6 plus 1. Okay. Let me get
So it would be, if you don't have a specialty, it would just be
Yeah,
electronics 0.
Okay.
Do you have any electronic specialties?
I have electronics, computer,
Okay.
level 1.
Okay, so yeah, you would need communication, or I'm sorry, sensors. So it would just be electronics 0.
That's 6.
Okay, so you're not detecting anything untoward going on outside the ship.
Okay.
You do pick
Didn't
up.
notice those 10 Marines.
Yeah. Well, yeah, those 10 Space Marines are crawling. No, you're not
Is this
detecting.
ship trying? I don't know if I'm capable. Well, actually, I do have computer, electronics computer. Are they doing any type of trying to like radio for help or broadcast for help? Like a Mayday type thing?
You're not picking anything up.
Okay.
Keith, are you doing anything?
I would like to. I would like to kind of check in on the captain and how they're doing up the other.
Okay, so Keith is radioing down to Captain Beth.
Too busy being murdered, giant cats.
Great.
You guys are just catting around down there.
The allergies.
We are feline fine.
God, I need to introduce you to my friend Nelson. He's quick with that kind of pun shit. Back over on the Trojan Ranger. You guys, over the intercom of the ship, you hear, "Oh, you didn't think I was actually going to let you take this vessel. Your pathetic attempts at banditry and unlocking my door. I've gone ahead and released my cargo. Have fun."
Lady, who thinks this is going to stop an Aslan in battle dress? You got another thing coming.
Rexar, what would you like to do?
That's the airlock right beneath us, right?
That is the shaft that goes up to the upper deck.
Where's the airlock?
Behind you, up here at the end of the hallway.
I'd like to go up to it and open it.
Okay.
Or you could bust a hole in the wall of the ship if you want to decompress.
Well,
right?
opening the iris door, sure, but keep in mind what happened last time we did this.
We're fine. We have battle dress. They can't breathe in space.
That's a good point. So,
Last time the problem was that because we busted it open and someone had to like try and grab the thing on their way out.
I have +3 strength. We'll be fine.
We're more prepared. That was because I blew a hole in the side of the ship. That's totally different, Keith. I don't know what you're talking about.
so,
Totally different.
so Beth, make a recon plus intellect check to try to grok what he's doing.
But yeah, I would say if there is a way that Rexar can communicate his plan so that Beth does not have flying bushwhackers pushing her out the door like last time, that would probably be good.
I am rating your ladder, so that should be helpful. I got 11.
Okay, so you can tell, you see Rexar run past you towards the airlock.
Everybody hold your breath.
Ooh. So one as Rexar leaves, one of this cat here slashes at him and actually connects with a 12 for +4 to damage. But 17 doesn't get through your armor. So you are able to open the inner door. On your next turn, you can open the outer door. Upstairs, Ching Shi, what would you like to do?
I really don't want to take the entire top floor by myself.
You're in battle dress.
No, but this is where there are 5 people with probably guns. So, hold on.
You can hide. It's all good.
I don't want to do that either.
But we're gonna decompress, and all these people probably die. So all I have to do is wait.
Yeah, okay. She's convinced me. I've been ordered to hold, so I'll hold.
Okay.
Actually, that feels very true to life. Like, one or the other of us at any given moment, it's like, come on, just let me shoot everything. Ah! The other one has to be like, no, fine. We have a strategy.
Okay. So
They
this
can't
one,
really see anyway, can they, with all the smoke?
well, no, but they can smell. This one is going to attack Beth. He's going to try and bite her, but he's at -2 because of the smoke.
He needs to choke.
Oh, he fails with his bite. These two, this one and this one. One of them is going to slash at Rexar. He hits with an 8, so he just hits. But only 14. The other one lunges forward and is going to go for a bite. Hits with a 9. For 11 points, but that doesn't get through the armor either. Captain Beth, what are you going to do?
I'm going to move up the ladder.
Okay. You are up on the second deck.
Okay. Is that all my movement?
No. I wouldn't think that's more than like 6 meters. It's enough for you. That's a minor action.
Okay. I want to go in one of these rooms and find something to hold on to.
Well, you could just go in the room and shut the door.
Yeah, let's do that. That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
I'll read a magazine while I'm in there. No, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a crew bunk. There's two bunk beds, or a bunk bed, and then 2 lockers, and this is a fresher. So if you gotta go, you're in the right spot. This is going to be interesting. Rexar.
Yeah.
Wait.
Time to open the other door.
Okay, so you step forward and you open the other door. Make a athletics strength check.
That is a 9.
Okay. You just barely are hanging on. Ooh. These cats didn't do well. They only got a 7. So these 4 here immediately are blown out the airlock. Ah, shit. It's my initiative guy. And a 2. This guy he gets pulled here, and have you ever tried to put a cat in a carrier when they put all 4 paws out? That's exactly what this guy does. Is like, and he's like scratching into the wall as he's getting sucked out the airlock. Down here, these 3, they're doing okay, but they are moved. Like so. And these 4. Ooh. These 4 down here fail. And Rexar, you see 4 more cats come. You can hear them banging into the walls as they're coming down the hallway, and they get sucked out into the vacuum of space.
Rexar is laughing maniacally.
Upstairs, Ching Shi, make a athletic strength check. Okay. So Ching Shi's able to hang on. Beth is secure in a bunk room. And of course, as soon as there is pressure loss, the alarms start to go off, and this iris door and all of the other ones automatically start to close. When that happens, this bushwhacker gets cut in half.
Wow.
Because he's trapped in the iris door. Let's go out here. Ching Shi, you can see alarms are going off, and pretty soon the sucking vacuum slows down and stops, but everything in here is bathed in red light from alarms going off. What would you like to do?
All right. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna be thinking I'm real dumb. Okay, that's okay. One half a time bit dumb. I'm going to go back over here and peek in and see if I can see anybody on this bridge area to take aim at.
So this door is closed and locked.
Oh, it re-locked, that's right. So then I guess I'm going to try and crack it.
Okay, go ahead and make a computers plus intellect plus 2. Or EDU, your choice.
$11.
Not enough to get through the door to the bridge.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to step back around the corner so that someone doesn't, I don't know, fire on me as I'm standing there trying to open it. As I'm boo. I don't
Okay.
want to, like, take something to the chest suddenly.
Okay. We
Maybe
will
someone smarter than me to take a crack at it.
pick this up next week with the crew on the Capri Sun and what they're going to detect and see. All right, we'll pick this up next week, Wednesday at 7.
Right on.
Have a good one, guys. See you in a week.
Had a lot of fun. Good night.
Bye.